We're back and we got a big show coming up.
Which commander should be on the top 100 list?
And we're looking at AG in the film room.
Is Joey Chestnut really an athlete?
Plus the top 5 Washington players this century. One right there. We are gearing up for training camp out here at Commanders Park, and this year there will be plenty of bleacher seating available for fans and attendance. You're going to have the opportunity to watch open practices from July 27th to August 19th. We've got plenty of exciting things happening, so make sure you get your free tickets. They're free. Just go to commanders.com/training camp. How you doing, everyone? Welcome back to Command Center. Logan, Smoot, Tana, I'm Jinx. It's almost here, training camp, so Fred, I know you missed training camp, right?
Absolutely nothing about it. I miss the locker room.
Yeah.
I miss my teammates. I miss my friends. But that work, that's serious work, Jinx.
Yeah, Fred said it best. I never missed training camp. It's nothing that I liked about training camp, but the one thing that always was in the back of my head is that it's go time. You know, we finally reached that moment that a couple of weeks, whatever you may want to, call it, that we'll be playing a live game. So that's what got me up for training camp.
And I think you said this, Fred, like there's that moment where you're like, do I really want to keep playing? Is this worth it? Is this 3 weeks worth what I'm about to go through? So definitely not a lot of fun stuff with training camp, but except for the guys.
Well, that stuff's across the board, but one thing everyone's excited about, that NFL 100 list, top 100 players in the league. So who on this Commander squad belongs on that list?
I know we got 3 guys that we feel like that's obvious. Not to say that these guys might, get voted in, but I think Terry should be one of those guys. Jay Allen should be one of those guys, and Payne might be the surprise of those 3. But hey, he showed up last year. He showed that he could be that guy.
I think it's 5 guys.
5 guys?
I'm gonna add 2
Look at you.
I'm gonna add 2 to his. We know your guys, but I'm gonna go Cam Curl in there, and I'm gonna go Tress Way. I'm gonna go Tress Way in there because I think he's could be the best punter in the league right now.
I like how you brought up Cam Crow because he's the guy that's graded best by PFF.
Yeah.
We've seen what he does every single time he's in and out of the lineup with the defense. His impact is undeniable.
Yeah.
My question with the top 100 list, which is a league-wide list, does he have like the flashy stats?
Yeah.
Because he definitely deserves it. When you watch this team, he deserves it. But does he have the stats?
Do they
to get
view
it
him
done?
the same way?
Yeah.
And what I really do love about all 5 of these guys, they are homegrown.
Oh, that's
We
a great
drafted
point.
them, we sculpted them, and now they paying out.
I got a question, Jenks.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Allen or Payne? Who's going to be higher on the list?
Payne.
Why?
Because what have you done for me lately? Last year he was one of the hottest defensive linemen. It's like what I call LeBron fatigue. At the vote for you for the
that's great.
All-Star game year after year after year, they steam the back away from you and they want Giannis to be the man now. So I think it's one of the things where it's the new kid on the block and the new kid on the block having to be Payne.
I kind of go with that. I love everything about Allen. I think he's one of those guys that if I had to say create the kind of player I want to be, it would be him. A leader, a guy who's going to go out there and execute. But I think when you really look at it, Payne is one of those freak of nature type guys. He's like the Javon Curse of his position. He's the guy you look at like he shouldn't be able to do what he's doing at that size. And so that's why he would be high on the list, I believe.
Yeah, very like modern understanding of the defensive line, like that kind of super athlete at the defensive tackle spot.
Yeah.
So would you agree then? You put him.
I think so. I think because especially he had 11.5 sacks last year. Almost broke the franchise record. His production is kind of that splash production, as opposed to that super consistent kind of methodical technical that John brings. So I have to say yes, but it's very close. I think they're both very good players. The thing that gets me is Terry a top 50. That's the one that I always keep thinking about.
Yeah.
And I think he is.
You mentioned consistency. Well, Chris Sims recently released a list of his own, which is the top 5 Washington players this century. You have to be consistent, be on this list. And look at this. Look at this. Santana Moss, my friend.
Let me find out.
So you belong there, and you talk about guys like London Fletcher, for example, Ryan Kerrigan. These guys were ballers; they could play, and you played alongside these guys. What was it like playing along athletes like this who brought it every day?
I mean, one of the things, I appreciate Sims thinking of me that way. I know he was a big fan of me when I was in Miami also. We kind of wanted him to come to Miami as a quarterback. But, just to be on this list is great. One of the things about playing in this league or playing for whatever franchise you play for, you want to be one of those guys that when you're gone, they can remember you as one of those guys. And so I love the fact that I'm remembered that way. But if you had to ask me, it's 2 guys that stands out to me on that list more than myself, and it would be Fletcher or Trent Williams. To me, I think those guys undoubtedly played better not only in our division and on a team, but league-wide, they was ranked like at least top 5 in their position.
And to your point, Jenks, like playing with those guys is a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, because you get to see Trent Williams be the freakiest athlete of all time.
Yeah.
London Fletcher, the leadership, the charisma, the toughness. Like, it's just something that sets your bar for what you think is possible in the game a little bit higher. Ryan Kerrigan, every single day. The most consistent guy that I ever played with. So it's just cool to see greatness at that level, I think. And it just kind of said I could be a little bit better when I was playing. You know?
First of all, I love the fact they showed D-Hall some love on that.
We
gotta show D-Hall. He's a thief. He's been a thief.
Why aren't you on that list, man?
Listen, I didn't make it, and that's fine. And guess what? It's a lot of guys that we can break up. Let's say we didn't make it. Deshaun Taylors of the world. We talk about, like it's the Chris Samuels. Like I think Chris is one of those guys that's easily forgotten because he was an offensive lineman that don't talk much. Like, so he can't sell himself. But it's so many guys that deserve to be on there. But them 5 guys most definitely deserve to be.
Fred, if they would have had top 6, you would have been on it.
Hey, maybe top 7, maybe top 8. Well, I'll take it whatever.
We're glad you're not on there because we would never hear the end of it.
You're right.
Speaking of big performances on the field, the running back room is looking pretty stacked this season. Veteran Antonio Gibson and second-year running back Brian Robinson Jr. combined for more than 1,300 yards last year, and now they will be joined by rookie Chris Rodriguez. So former running back and current OC Eric Bieniemy has a lot of options at his disposal as he begins to implement his offensive scheme. Time for our mission debrief presented by FedEx, where now meets next. So it's exciting that EB is here and that he has tools in the toolbox. So what is he going to do to use those tools and make this offense better?
It's going to be interesting. I think when you look at the main 2 running backs, a little thunder and lightning. You have a guy in B-Rob who can be that guy that every down pounding back, and then you have that exciting factor in AG. But I think too you got to put a little razzle dazzle back there, and I think the razzle dazzle will come from a Curtis Samuel.
So I like that.
The running backs, they can do their thing, but when you add what Curtis Samuels can do, that element that he can be in the backfield, we saw how explosive he was in last year's offense. Just imagine what he can do with this one.
I think it's one of those things. I played a whole decade against Andy Reid. I played against Brian Westbrook, and when I look at this team on this roster, Antonio Gibson has all of those tools, and I just feel like he's poised for that breakout season. And I don't know if this breakout season is 800 receiving and 800 rushing, but I feel like he's going to get in the end zone a lot, and it's going to have a lot to do with the scheme on this team.
I was going to say, the scheme to me is the deciding factor here, right? Because you got a guy in EB who understands how to speak to offensive skill sets, right? Can B-Rob kind of find runs that speak to him, gaps, powers, counters. We've seen that in our breakdowns, right? Curtis Samuel, that's a great point, Tana. How do we maximize his explosiveness and twitch? Gibson with the pass catching ability and the ability to make explosive plays and cross lines. I'm so excited because I think EB's got that. And when you have a coordinator that's that creative, it just elevates everybody.
It's going to be exciting to watch Antonio Gibson. I'm bullish on him as well. So, Logan, you got to take us inside the film room. Time to go inside the film room, presented by Amino. It pays to be healthy.
All right, boys, let's talk about Antonio Gibson. I know we're all really excited about him, right? I mean, you've been talking about him. Fred, you've been talking about him. And we got to break that up right here. So the thing that I think about Antonio Gibson that really, I think, separates him from the other backs is the ability to catch a football.
All right.
Right, Tana? And it's about finding ways to get him in space. And this is, I think, a really nice iteration of that, right? They're going to run a corner here, get him into space, win this matchup. That, I think, is where his skill set lies, right?
Yes.
It's not necessarily running between the tackles. Like, here's a run. And I think this is where, again, he kind of is maximized, is because you're going to get a down block here. You're going to pull this guy around to the edge, and he's going to attack the perimeter and find space.
Hey, and he's light on his feet. When he gets the ball in his hand, he gallops. He glides across. That allows him to make quick cuts and turns.
And I'm glad you said that, Fred, because the thing about him that I think is really interesting is he's not like a super sudden guy, but he crosses lines and he's got very good linear speed. And so when I think about how EB can use him in this offense, I think it's about finding routes that fit his skill set. I think this route here, this little kind of wheel route here, you get a pick on this guy here by the receiver, is kind of what he needs, right? Get the ball
in space,
and then let him cross lines. Look at him cross these lines. That's a 25-yard gain on a route that every West Coast offense runs. So I think that's kind of something to keep an eye on. The other thing that I think is great, especially in this EB offense, right, is they're so good at creating vertical displacement, horizontal displacement. We talked about those West Coast rules, right? He has that, but when you've got that, you need a place to go with the football. You need to check the ball down, right? If the defense isn't respecting it. So here he is. He's going to run this little flare here. And there's a ton of grass here, Fred and Tanner, right?
Green grass.
Linebacker, eyes in the wrong place. Then you put the ball out there to him.
And this is a check down. This is easy. High percentage throw. Watch him. This is a 20-yard gain because you've got it to a guy who's very big and very fast in space. And I think EB can do that. I think he understands that, hey, I don't necessarily want to run this guy between the tackles. I want to get him opportunities with grass, blockers in front, because I think back to his most explosive play, it was in this Bills game on this screen, right?
Yep.
Lined up in the backfield, easy job here, great action here to kind of pull everybody away with the tight end running across the formation. He leaks out to the flat, and how many 70-yard plays have we had?
Not many.
Not many.
Not many.
And he's got one of them right here. And it's just him in grass, making people miss, breaking tackles, and there's not like this really technical running ability, right? It's just like, hey man, you're a better athlete than people. Go make plays.
He's bigger than you think he is. He's stronger than you think he is. He has more vision. And I'm gonna challenge you on this. I think EB is gonna sit him down and challenge him to be an A-gap and a B-gap runner so he can get out to the D-gap.
Also being hungry. I think a lot of times too, you see a lot of these plays that he's made last year, and just knowing that he want to be on the field a little more. And he's gonna take full advantage of those opportunities when they come, because he gonna know these could be home runs. You know, it was like me playing the slot. Like I hated it. Folks to this day didn't know how I felt about doing it. You know, but I asked, you know, coach, like, Mike, if this is gonna allow us to win, then I'll do it. But he say, look, trust me, you're gonna love it, because when you come in, it's your play. So I think this is gonna be something key for him. When he's in the game, he's got potential to get the ball and make a difference.
I think that's a great point. So finding ways to get this man in space, I think that's right. EB's gonna challenge him to do everything. Pass, protect, run between the tackles, but I want to see him with more of these opportunities, because that's where I think he's most dynamic.
Thank you, boys. Gibson has been impressive throughout his 3-year career in the burgundy and gold. He had his biggest season in 2021, rushing for more than 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. The former receiver out of Memphis is also going to factor in the passing game with 5 receiving touchdowns in his career as well, and he talked with Fred and London Fletcher at Media Day. It's your Field Pass, brought to you by the Washington Times.
Now, I got to ask you this too also, because you know, back to some football, and I really do believe this offense, especially with EB, is built for you. I believe that you have yet to show your true wide receiver skills. This is the year. This is the year. Just give me your view of what you think you can bring to the table this year.
Man, just lining up out wide, like you said. Like, I haven't shown my position. I feel the same way. Like, you know, every year we talk about it, but it hasn't happened. So you know what I'm saying. You know, hopefully this year it comes around to where like I get to showcase on multiple occasions what I can do out there. And you know, first of all, I love being out there. Like, I have fun out there. And you know, once I get the ball in open space, like I'm really that guy. So like, you know what I'm saying. And you know, a running back, I'm not gonna say it's not capable, because I see a lot of guys do it, but them opportunities are not there. Once you catch the ball in that open field, like, you got so much more space.
It's different being in space and got to beat one tackle.
It's a big difference
compared to like 10 tackles.
Hey, if you out on that field and you see Smooth out there trying to tackle, what would you do? What would you get?
I'm gonna cut him line.
I'm gonna have to lower my shoulder. I'm gonna have to lower my shoulder on that one.
Low. You understand me? It's all about low man wins. You understand it, don't you? I think we have fun.
We appreciate you joining us, AG.
Really great stuff from out at Media Day, and you can check out Gibson's interview with London and Fred on our Commanders YouTube channel. You know what to expect from here in Ashburn on Monday. It is an exclusive player one-on-one. The Command Center podcast for your commute comes your way on Tuesday. This show every single Wednesday. Tana, your takes on Thursday. What do we got coming up?
I'm gonna take him a route running school.
Ooh, take him to school. Logan, what are you doing on Friday?
Yeah, we're looking at defensive communication. Now, this one was tough for me. Fred helped me out a lot.
Thank you. Let's get into some stories that have been trending on social media. I want to get your reaction. First of all, the white party up at the Hamptons. Is Tom Brady with Kim Kardashian now?
Hey, I want him to be. Go. I think it works. Go. I believe it works. I just believe it works. And everybody was at that all white party besides
everyone.
I mean, he can be with her now, though, because it doesn't matter, right? She's got, like, the curse, right? The Kardashian curse. Doesn't matter no more. He's not playing, right?
No, he's not playing. So he can't stop his...
He's playing, but he's not playing. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go.
Hey, no offense, Tom, I don't want that pressure, man. That's too much.
Also, he's got the Fred Smoot disease, man. He's aging backwards.
He got Benjamin Button's disease.
There you go.
Since we're talking about social media, how about a social medium? Everyone's on Threads now. Logan, how are you enjoying Threads?
Threads. I don't know what Threads is. I didn't know Threads existed until right now.
Yeah.
What is Threads?
All right, Threads is the new Twitter per se. So let's just say
what's wrong with old Twitter?
How long
well,
will it last?
Twitter, the old Twitter was Coca-Cola. Yeah. Now we're drinking Pepsi. All right, and that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, it's a better version of a new thing.
But
so
how long will it last? That's what I'm saying.
We're about to see. Zuckerberg, don't quit.
Yeah.
How long will this last? Are you guys familiar with the NBA Cup? It's an in-season tournament in the middle of the season, goes through December and starts in November.
I'm waiting to see this start and how it's going to end, because it's going to be either a lot of guys getting injured earlier than they're supposed to, or a lot of guys playing when they didn't want to or expect to play.
Is this just like a total money grab by the NBA? Is that what's going on?
It's a money grab, and it feels like the big three. It feels like they said, you know what, we need a tournament mid-season. By the way, guys don't even play by the 40th game anyway, so why would you want to put a tournament mid-season? But it is in Vegas.
Fred, forget about the big three. When you're talking about competitive eating, there is only one.
Look at that.
He is so not an athlete.
What an athlete.
He's so
that is the peak of human performance right there. Look at his face.
Look at
his stomach. He just ate 75 hot dogs, man.
You're right. Now, what happens in the aftermath? That's the question. What happens in the aftermath of 73
I'm just
hot
saying,
dogs?
there's no better athlete than this man right here.
America. America. Look at what we're doing.
We need more time on this, Fred. I know you're fired up.
Hey, time for Fred Fired Up. Presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the Washington Commanders. Welcome to Fred's Fired Up, and I'm fired up. Because you know one thing you do with fire? You cook food. All right? But they don't make you no athlete, all right? And what I want to talk about today is Joey. Athlete? Chestnut? Is he an athlete? He eats hot dogs for a living, 72 of them, and he becomes an athlete. I say he's not an athlete because eating food is a part of life. It's not a sport.
It's a skill. He's got to train for it. What are we talking about, Fred? He's an athlete.
He's not special. Who's special is his trainer, because he seems to put on no weight. All right, so do he have Billy Blanks or do he got Richard Simmons? I don't know who his trainer is, but how he gets back small, I don't know. But if I have to say athletes, when I think of athletes, I think of Michael Jordan, I think of Darryl Green, I think of big guys, strong guys, fast guys.
Joey Chestnut.
He's not an
He's in
athlete.
that same group with Michael Jordan, obviously. Duh.
First of all, I ain't gonna even get that fired up about this, because at the end of the day, fans, you know, like I know, Joey Chestnut is not an athlete.
He be eating glizzies all hell.
I don't think there's any way you can top that. We're done here.
Hi, I'm Jeff Dick, Chairman and CEO of Main Street Bank. Every dollar we touch is not our own. Every dollar represents the countless hours spent on the construction site, late nights in the office, time away from family and friends. Remembering this keeps us in touch with what we do and who we do it for. At Main Street Bank, we are honored to be stewards of our clients' dreams, aspirations, and their money. Bank where trust matters and where you matter.
What are y'all guys still doing here? This is not a Marvel movie. We got no extra clips. But if you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe to the Commanders YouTube channel. We'll be right there, waiting on you.